This is a great matchup, I think. You've got the SEC versus the Big Ten. Auburn, undefeated on the season, travels to Penn State. It's got to be a whiteout. It's a night game at Penn State. Penn State is favored by 6 points in this game. You look at Auburn. They're tied for number one scoring defense, and they're the number two scoring offense in the country. But you got to look who they play. Coach Akron and Alabama State doesn't say a lot. But one thing they're doing offensively that I like with Bo Nix, he hasn't turned the ball over, hasn't thrown an interception. The quarterback's completed 75% of his passes, but they've been able to run the football. I think pounding the football has been a big key for them. Jarquez Hunter has done a terrific job. He's averaging 15 yards per tote. He's got 2 touchdowns running it. But I like the way they're running the football physically with their offensive line. Can they carry that over? What really travels well is defense. And if you look at Penn State, they've done a different job, a decent job, on both sides of the ball. If you look at the quarterback, Sean Clifford, he's always been very consistent, not just throwing the ball, but also running the ball. Very smart quarterback, moving the chains. I look at this game to be an upset in my mind. I think the SEC, with their power and strength in their offensive line and running the football downhill, they're going to shock Penn State, and they're going to defeat Penn State. So I look at Auburn winning this game outright, Coach, on the road, 31-27.
Well, the unbelievable thing about this game, Mark, you can't tell anything about either team. Yes, Penn State did beat Wisconsin, but they were severely outgained. They had 1 first down the first half against Wisconsin. In addition to that, they had to have a couple interceptions to hold on to that lead. I think Penn State's a good football team. You mentioned the quarterback. I love the way he competes. He's a couple-year starter. He will run, he will throw, and they are playing very good defense. But the one good team they played, they were sorely out statistic. On the other hand, there's no way you can evaluate Auburn against Akron. Akron is one of the poor teams in the country. And, of course, Alabama State is not even a top 5 football team by any stretch of the imagination. But the fact that Bo Nixon is having a very, very good year, and the fact that they can run the football, we don't know enough about Auburn. But I do know this. Even if the other team didn't show up, the statistics that they have put up on both offense and defense at Auburn is very, very impressive. I believe because it's an SEC team going on the road, you can tell me how difficult it is to play at Penn State. It's not that difficult to play at Penn State, except you always have to play Penn State when you go there, and they're always pretty good. But the hardest part about that is getting there. Now, I promise you, Auburn's not going to be overwhelmed by the crowd or by they're in the SEC. They're used to doing that. And we're going to find out how good they are. But I agree with you. I think because it's an SEC team, I look for Auburn to win this football game 20-17.